We haven't played the game in a couple of days and our rank has suffered because of this. So today I needed something that could win very quickly and very consistently. And unfortunately, guys, that means we're joining the dark side today, playing some aggro. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are running an aggro deck. This is a mono green stompy list with just a splash of red for a couple of things here. And the idea that this deck is extremely simple, but very, very effective. We're doing the whole Defiler of Vigor thing where we're getting creatures in, and every time we do, everything's getting 1/1 counters and getting bigger and bigger. We are going to be ramping into our big spells like Defiler very easily. We got tons of ramp mechanics in this deck. We use things like Scrap Gorger, Gwenna, and Luca. All of these things give us additional mana to cast creature spells or activate creature abilities. And then not only that, we've got bigger spells, even bigger than the Defiler here, like Titan of Industry and the Hunger Dominus. Hunger Dominus is very interesting because it doubles the power and toughness of all of our creatures every single attack step, making great defense, but even better offense, because with the Defiler popping off, growing the entire board, our creatures are going to be absolute houses that can't be stopped. I won a ton of games with this thing and I won them pretty quickly, so I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy this one. If you guys don't already know, we do post videos here 5 days a week, so if you haven't already, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, I would really greatly appreciate that. And with that being said, guys, enjoy the games. We'll see you back here at the end. Peace out. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at some Gruul. We got some ranking that we got to get back, so I'm looking at this Gruul build today that's looking to ramp up and do some really nasty things with some 1/1 counters and proliferation. This opening hand looks really decent. Got some green, got some red, got the Beast Caller to kick things off, right into Halana, and then right into Luca. This is going to be good stuff, man. Luca's a new card that I got to get used to. I haven't actually even played with Luca once yet, so this will be a new experience for me as we go along. Getting toxic creatures, dealing some damage, which is pretty cool. But the main thing here that we were looking at is the mana. I want to try to utilize that mana to cast some bigger creatures. Opponent on some mono green potentially here as well. Looking like that's going to be the case. They do attack with their pack leader, because why not? Now, we did also draw into a bloated contaminator, which is really cool, but I do kind of want to make sure that I hit my curve. So actually, I'm thinking I'm going to go Scrap Gorger here, and then, well, actually, if I go Scrap Gorger, I won't be able to go get the Thirsting Roots, will I? All right, I guess we're still going to go Scrap Gorger, though, because it is going to act as mana for us to get to Halana next turn. All right. Beast Caller. I probably should have started that turn out by playing Thirsting Roots to find a green land and then played the Scrap Gorger. But I did that in the wrong order. I played out the red source first, which kind of bit me in the butt there. So needed to take my time slightly, a little bit more there. All right, the pack leader, I was going to say, was attacking, but I was just going to block it, so that works out. All right, so let's go find another green source, and then we'll get Halana down. Seems like a plan. I think that's going to be the move. Let's go find it. The opponent being on mono green, though, not having a turn by, 2 or 3 is a little strange. I will say it's a little strange. Let's do it. Let's get down to Halana here. I'm just a little worried about what they could be up to, but doesn't really matter though. All right, Halana, boom. We pump up the Beast Caller here. Swing through for 6. They're definitely going to chump block with the pack leader, because I don't think they want to keep absorbing that sort of damage, man. That's a lot of damage to be eating every turn. Not to mention the Beast Caller now being a 6/6 gives me a much better Luca. I could divide that 6 damage as I choose among any number of target creatures and planeswalkers. So should be able to blow up their entire board this next turn. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Well, I actually won't be able to do it, will I? Well, can I count this as the mana? Yeah, yeah, okay, we'll do that. we'll do that. All right, let's go ahead, get Luca down. -4. Target any number of creatures. Deal 3 damage to each, just in case they have some sort of pump spell here. And they have a Tameo safekeeping. Okay. They protect one of them. Not that that helps too much here. They're gonna... Well, then there's really no reason to attack here either, is there? All right, let's just play protection against Luca here. Because if we attack into them, they just jump block it and they have indestructibility. So they are also running Gruul. Okay. Very cool, very cool. And there's the scoop. The opponent was all done there. They didn't want to play any more reindeer games. I don't blame them. We were absolutely going off there. Oh, dude, Luca is crazy, man. I like that card a lot. Well, based on that first game and how this thing felt, I feel like we're in for a really good couple of games here. This thing's very, very cool, very powerful. But we have a very expensive hand here this time around. I think we're gonna have to mulligan that. We do need to make sure we have ways to ramp here. So this looks a lot better. Let's go ahead and keep this. We'll drop the Titan. And we're good to go. Gwenna on 3 into Halana. Oh, that's perfect. We get another ramp mechanic here. And we're up against Selesnya currently, and its lay down arms comes down. That's fine. We don't really mind that too much. We weren't exactly banking on that as our win con there. Let's go with Gwenna first. I think it's tough to say if I want to go Gwenna there or Bloated Contaminator. I really don't know what they're up to yet, but at least with Gwenna, I can guarantee that both the evolved Spinderm and then also Halana could come in next turn if we need them to. Naya, and then they have Bitter Reunion. What's that about? Naya with Bitter Reunion. Bitter Reunion giving things haste. Very strange. All right, we're gonna do this. Make sure that Gwenna comes back on tapped here, gets a little bit of 1/1 counter advantage. And then we go with Gwenna again. Green, red. Throw down some Halana. Gwenna will not on tap this time, but we can go ahead and give the evolved haste, which is what we were shooting for there. And we swing it for 7. Now this thing has hexproof, by the way, so it can't get exiled by a wandering emperor, so that's nice. You can keep smashing away. But they could create a 2/2 to jump block, which would be a little annoying, but not terrible. And there's the scoop. I was gonna say, yeah, they don't even realize too, we have a Bloated Contaminator in hand here, which means we play it next turn, give it haste, give it another 2/2 counters, and we're running through these this opponent. So GG. These are gonna be some very fast games, I would imagine. I would imagine. That was a 2-minute game right there. That's crazy. Ooh, that's not good. Not what you want to see in an opening hand. A 1-land nightmare. Beast Caller, Thirsting Roots. I mean, this could get us there. This could get us there. All right, we did hit a land, so no need to play out the Thirsting Roots this turn. Rot Priest. Oh, brother. You hate to see that. All right, let's get the Beast Caller in. But at least this Rot Priest doesn't come with blue mana. That's all I care about. All right, they clearly have a way to give indestructibility here. Not blocking that. Bloated Contaminator, a much better blocker here. Not to mention Beast Caller goes up to 3. And when we proliferate, we are also proliferating 1/1 counters, which is fantastic. Which is why the Contaminator's in the deck. It's not like we're trying to poison them out or anything. All right, so this gets a 4/4. Yikes, that's pretty gnarly. All right, let's get this down. I mean, if they want to race and their big plan here is to just keep poisoning me with the one hit at a time, I'm going to definitely win this race. So let's dance, man. You want to dance? Let's dance. Elish Norn. Okay. That's a very interesting choice of card. All right, let's get this down. Give it some counters. And we just smash away. They're going to have to make some blocks here. There it is. GG's, man. It's that easy. This thing absolutely rolls, man. It's going off right now. Wow. Another 2-minute game under our belts with the intro included. That's crazy. That's crazy. Dude, this thing is wild. Why don't I just run this and just go to like Mythic, like top 1500, like in the next hour? That's what it feels like I can do. Okay, Scrap Gorger is mana, so I am going to keep this. As long as Scrap Gorger doesn't get removed off the field, we can go into bigger things like Gwenna. And then Gwenna goes into bigger things like Helana. This is assuming the opponent doesn't disrupt everything we try to do, so wish me luck. Soldiers, that's not going to disrupt us. All right, this is going to be like who can hit each other the hardest, the fastest. This should be interesting because they went first, so they have the edge here. But I think we can compete with this because we've got big bodies, man. They're just, we get really big really fast. And we've gotten lucky enough to have Helana every game, which is pretty sweet. No turn 2 from the opponent. That might be the opening we need here. A third Gwenna without a third land seems like a shuffler. Shuffler made a little mistake here. I think they meant to give me a land there. Oh, there's their turn 2. Okay, I should have guessed it. That's a good card. I was gonna say they should swing with everything here to get that extra point of damage, and they do. Nice, we get the land. Let's go. That's clutch. That's very, very clutch. Puts me in a good spot here with Helana, but we're in the realm of like Brutal Cathar territory, which is a bit scary, I can't lie. And I'd like to have something that could threaten a block here. This is tricky. This is a very tricky turn for me. Very tricky turn for me. Man, I don't know. I think it's got to be Bloated Contaminator. Because if I go Helana, I feel like that's thinking more offensively. We need to be a lot more defensive here. So let them go ahead and do their thing. I've kind of taken away their attack ability here until they have a Brutal Cathar, because the Officer going to a 4/4, I'm willing to block that all day if they want to make the trade. I'll make the trade. Well, maybe not. Maybe we let it slide through because Helana comes down next turn, making this into a 5 or a 6/6. That might be more important. I do hope, the main thing is here, I do hope we continue to keep hitting land drops. That's the main thing. Because if we can get to a Titania's Command, that'll be super helpful with getting the board much bigger and wider. See how they do this. Yeah, I didn't think they would attack. Especially not by dividing the 1/1 counters the way they did. Nice, another land does in fact come down here. Let's get down to Helana. Let's keep making, I mean, no, let's go ahead and put some counters on this because it'll be a 2/5. Yeah. Okay. 4, 5. So I need one more land in order to get the Titania's Command down, and then from there we shouldn't have any issues going forward. We're gonna get 2 of the bears and then pump up the entire squad. This is an interesting card to see in a soldier's deck. I mean, it is technically a soldier, so I get it, but it's got a different sort of game plan of wanting to poison us, right? So it's like, but the double strike is really good. So all right, they send the double striking creature through here. I think that was a mistake on their end. right? We don't die here, right? Because the first strike goes off too at the same time. So I think we're fine. Yeah, that's an interesting little thing right there. They thought maybe they were going to get the double strike off there, but double strike works in the same way first strike does, where there's 2 combat phases. So the first combat phase goes, boom, and then it ends. They resolve damage, and then they go again. And when the damage was resolved there, it was already over. Their duelist had died. So that's a big win for us there, that they walked into something like that. I can see how they'd make that mistake though. That's huge. That's just huge. All right, exile that, get the oil counter put on this, and we put the counters here. No attacks. And here's where things start to get really fun, guys. Now we get to start playing things with phyrexia mana and pumping up the whole squad, making Halana even bigger. That card's going to be a problem because they are going to be, oh, that's a big problem. Oh man, that's a Brutal Cathar, which is going to get something out of off our field here. The good news is it's not coming down for another turn, so at least we can kind of figure something out here. All right, we're playing this because again, it gets us closer to the Titania's Command. Now I am very curious what they're going to take. Obviously the obvious choice would be the Defiler, but Halana is kind of popping off, and it's going to pop off even harder now that it's got some 1/1 counters put on it. I feel like we should start threatening them though soon. With the fact that they're going to be exiling our Defiler, which I would imagine is going to be their choice here, I think we should probably send it through for some attacks this turn. Should we just send everybody through actually? Because I mean, we have all this trample damage, right? Trample damage. That's 16 trample damage. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna send the 2 big ones through here. I don't know if it's the right call, if I should send everybody or not. I don't think so though. I think we just gotta send through the big ones that have trample here. See what they want to do with that, and then not to mention Bloated Contaminator is gonna proliferate the board, which is really what I'm shooting for here. They eat all of it, huh? Brutal Cathar is gonna come down though, like I said. Snap up the Defiler. All right, and we end the turn. Good luck with that, my friend. Good luck with that. I mean, they could get crafty here, though. They could go Brutal Cathar, taking one of my untapped blockers, like Halana, and they might be able to get enough damage through, but I doubt it. I didn't exactly look and count all this up, and I'm not going to. Yeah, they do. They take Gwenna. Okay, so I assume they plan on sending everybody through then, trying to close this out. They need to be able to deal 12 though, and I don't see it. I mean, we blocked the double striker, the 3/3, the other 3/2. Yeah, that's the game. Geez, man, what a game! That one was cool. That was an interesting battle of aggro versus aggro, and somehow it was the longest game we've had. It's so rare that we play aggro, so it does feel pretty good sometimes. Every blue moon to play some aggro feels like a good time, especially aggro like this. This is crazy, man. So busted. Opponent gets to go first. I have the 2-drop Scrap Gorger again, so we're gonna keep it. Not nearly as good of an early game here, but we did find mana. That's clutch. Got to keep finding lands here. That's all we need to do. Keep finding lands. All right, they're running the Tyvar deck that runs Blood Tithe Harvester. So we might see a Fable come down here or a Tyvar. I doubt the Tyvar though. I don't think that's going to come down this turn. Wouldn't make a lot of sense. It's nice to have the Scrap Gorger though, because the opponent, you know, does thrive off of having things in the graveyard like that. And as well as, you know, the Blood Tithe Harvester going so they can get it back. So being able to exile things is going to be Very helpful. Tyvar can't be their only game plan though, because why would they run the Riveteer out there like that? That's kind of a strange card to have in the graveyard. Tyvar doesn't get lands back, does it? Halana or... Yeah, I think getting Halana down the sooner the better. So let's get that down now. Let's take out their land. Halana's easily removed though at this point in the game because they have Jund colors and it's small, so things like cut down are a threat. But I think getting Halana down is a bit of a value play here because we can throw down the, you know, the Spinderm next turn or even the Defiler and then give it the haste right away. That makes things annoying, I can't lie. That does fluster the field a little bit here where I'm gonna have a hard time dealing with that. Let's get down to Defiler. I think we got to get everything to a point where we're not going to care at all about their Shieldred. All right, let's get everything massive. Let's not worry about the Defiler at the moment. Let's get everything absolutely massive. No attacks from us. Will we block the Shieldred with the Defiler? That's a good question. I don't know. Probably not. Because if they want to attack with their Shieldred, they're not going to have much to block with on the way back, and we should be able to kind of pop off and go crazy. That's an 8/8. That's quite the creature. All right. All right. Things are gonna get weird here. Defiler number 2. Defiler number 2. Now, I do believe we're going to have to do this because I cannot afford for them to keep spitting out 8 to 9 powered creatures. They do block with Shieldred like I kind of expected them to do, but we do take it down to what, 3? Okay. I think that's fair. I like that exchange. I don't love that they have the 8/8 now though that can come through because I'm not blocking that, but it's all good. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We might have met our match here, guys, with this one. Really, it's the Nissa that does it for us here. That's really the problem. But us taking it down to 3 loyalty helps a lot. There's really no artifacts or enchantments in our deck that I'm worried about getting hit either, so should be fine there. Yep, they swing through with the 8/8 because why not? No blocks. All right, here's where things get real. We're down to 8. Proliferate's not bad. If I go this route, I get 2 additional bodies. Everything gets 2 1/1 counters. Or I could go this route and then proliferate. I think this is the move here. Because the bigger we can get Halana, the better. And the more 1/1 counters we can place on our things. And then let's make this absolutely massive. Send it through to stop the Nissa from being able to spit out any more value. There's no blocks here for sure. Yeah, there's no blocks. Okay. And then next turn, we could end up closing this game out, hopefully. We proliferate the whole board. We proliferate the whole board with this too. And it can come in and attack right away and get, what, 3, maybe even more 1/1 counters placed onto it. 4 or 5, maybe. Yeah, this should be good. They eat a blood token. That's good. They probably figured they can't sack the harvesters anyways for, you know, enough to kill anything because our toughness is so high. You've got to be kidding me. All right. That's tough. We still should be fine though. I think we're going to outscale their whole board enough to where a couple 8/8s are surprising. Oh, that's really good. 1, 2. Well, they've only got 2. They've only got 2, but everything's got trample. Okay. This could be good or really bad. Let's see. I did some math in my head. It's not amazing for us. That's for sure. Okay, we take 2 here. So if we absorb like this, what do we end up with here? So this goes to what? 6 gets through, 7, 8 get through. Okay, 7, 8, 9 get through. Yeah, we're gonna have to unfortunately do this here. That's 1 damage getting through. So that's 1 damage getting through. 3 more getting through. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we live. All right. We live if we do it this way. Oh, that 1 trample doesn't get through even. Okay. I knew we had first strike and we were going to kill it, but I wasn't sure if the damage was going to roll over or not. And it does not. Did we just win? At the beginning of combat, double the power and toughness of each creature controlled to end of turn. 13 times 2 is 26. Oh my goodness. I have to do it with the Defiler mana, which is going to hit us for 1 damage. Or 2. That's 2 life. Oh no, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. We can't take 2 damage here. Oh, what a bummer. Well, we still live if we play this though. Dang, we were so close. 14, 20, 21, 22. Oh, we still win. We still win. Okay, I was worried, but we still win. By a lot. I'm terrible at math. I'm so terrible at math. I was so zoned in on this when it came down. I was like, oh, that's the win con, and then I didn't even think to look at my other ways to win here, which obviously to get that in and give it haste is more than enough. So GG's, man. Holy, another really close razor thin game. Exciting though. All right, so that's interesting. I actually learned a lot from that game. I thought us having first strike there on that block with Helana would in fact kill the Blood Tithe Harvester, but I thought the damage would still roll over for some reason. I don't know why. I thought maybe it would. I was thinking more like Embercleave, where you have the first strike and trample, but I guess because we had the first strike, they had the trample, it doesn't actually roll, which is cool. I didn't know how that was going to pan out. We've had more interesting combinations of things happening that I don't typically see in this build than any other, which is pretty strange. I guess because I don't play aggro though, huh? That would probably be why. Probably be why. Soldiers. Uh-oh. I mean, our hand is pretty expensive, but we did just find a Luca, which is busted. And they're gonna go with the reinforcements right away because they've already shown us that they have it, so nothing to hide here. Send it on through. 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so these are both 7 drops. I am excited to try this card. I really want to see if we can pull some craziness off with it. All right, so we've been in this matchup before. It's not that shocking to be up against soldiers. We're actually going first this time around too, which is better than the last times we did this. And we're gonna go ahead and have to take some damage on this, which is a bummer, but we at least get a 3/3 body out of the deal. No attacks, and then from now on we're gonna be plussing Luca to get us to the bigger spells, and then once we get to 4 we can just divide the damage between pretty much their entire board and hopefully just win that way. Just clean everything up. Another reinforcements. I mean, the wider they go, the scarier it actually gets. That's actually pretty solid. Yeah, and now it's getting really solid. Wow, no attacks, huh? All right, let's add the mana here. Let's get down Titan of Industry because it gives us the most amount of blockers here, right? Let's get a 4/4 and then shield counter seems like a good idea. Let's give a shield counter to something that might actually need it as opposed to something that doesn't like the Titan is cool to put a shield counter on, but it's not going to need it because it's a 7 it's powered body, right? So let's put the counter the shield counter on something like the bloated contaminator so we can make a good block against like a 4/4 recruit. Now brutal Cathar, you got to be kidding me. All right, that's a card and that'll do it. That's going to be game. Well, this opponent unfortunately did have the nuts. I mean, it didn't get any better than that. They get the flying over the top. That should do it. Yep, that's tough. Soldiers with the absolute nuts, and I didn't have a very good start. I mean, we kept a very slow hand. That could be arguably on me. I should have maybe mulliganed that hand away, but I wanted to play Luca again. So GG's. All right, I mean, with all the wins that we got there, we were bound to take an L somewhere, and we had our misstep there. That was tough though, man. I don't think anyone's beaten that soldiers deck the way that way it just played out right there. I don't think anyone's beaten that combo. That was just so fast. Even if we had Scrap Gorger into like, you know, our biggest things, that would have been really hard to beat. Really hard. Halana off the top's not ideal. Cut down, very not ideal. Okay, we're in trouble here. We needed the Scrap Gorger in order for us to actually play some stuff. Okay, good. Good. We're still gonna go Scrap Gorger again, even though we could go Bloated Contaminator because I want to make sure we can get our 4 drops down. All right, Stomper. What have we seen so far? So look at top, reveal enchantment or land card. Enchantment or land card. That's why enchantment? Is it fight rigging? Is that the only reason? All right, Scrap Gorger's growing, becoming an actual threat here. Celestis comes down. Not too sure what the opponent's up to, but they are ramping. They have apparently enchantments in the deck. Not sure what's happening here. I would actually like to proliferate the whole board here. So, well, yeah, more power or more we're gonna proliferate here. Let's go with that. All right, let's give Bloated Contaminator the counter so it can get through, get that proliferation off here. And we get the oil counter, which means we get the 3rd oil counter here, meaning we get the Scrap Gorger's pump as well. So Scrap Gorger gonna get pretty massive here on this one. Turns into a 6/6. Now we have potentially lethal here. We do avoid a lot of sweepers like Path to Peril, but I don't think they're running that. And this is a big Desperation Celestis pull here. So Liliana. Ooh. Liliana. This is actually tough decision here. Oh, this is such a tough decision here, huh? I think it's gonna have to be the Scrap Gorger. Halana being able to give everything haste is too good to throw away. But man, losing the ability there to get that mana, that additional mana. Like right now, had I known I hit a land there, maybe we go the other route. I don't know. Taking some damage for this doesn't feel great, but it's all good. We'll figure it out. Let's give this the 7/7, and then both of these get through for lethal, so they're gonna have to answer that with some blocks. They double block, meaning they eat the 7. We proliferate. All right, so we got an 8/8 trying to close the game next turn. That double block was actually really good on their part. They somehow figured this out, man. Being able to give their stompers the ability to attack and block there was key, making sure they found that land. The opponent's going to make us discard. Now we got to be smart about this because the Titan of Industry is good of a card as it is, and as good of a closer as it may be. We are going to have to discard that over the Evolved Spin Drum because This can at least come in and attack next turn and give some threats. Visionary. This is good. I mean, everything's looking pretty solid for us right now. They don't even go for it. They don't even go for it. All right, see what happens here. That should do it. Let's go. Huge. Absolutely huge. What a game. They were ramping to something fierce there. I was really scared to find out what that card was they were looking for, but they wanted something big. All right, so it looks like we might have time for just one more game here. Make it happen. Make it happen. Some W's. Jingataxis. All right, this is a decent start. Anytime you can go in from Beast Caller to Contaminator, that's kind of a really good 1-2 punch, because the Contaminator starts proliferating the board for that Beast Caller to get bigger. All right, we're up against maybe mono white. We've seen a lot of mono white lately, man. Yeah, this one's no different. Lay down arms, goes for the exile. That's tough. A second Luca could be interesting. I mean, we'll take it. It does ramp us into the Dominus, which could win us the game. Who knows? All right, let's start by just playing the 3/3 Toxic, because you never know, with the bloated Contaminator on the field, we could look to just toxic them out with some poison counters. Who knows? Proliferating, love that. I love that mostly for Luca, because if we can get Luca plus here and then do it again, proliferate, we can try to minus here. Okay, they had other plans. They had other plans. All right, let's go with Defiler. Defiler allows us to get things like the Scrap Gorger in by taking some damage. Now, hopefully the opponent doesn't have another depopulate. That'd be a bummer. Elspeth, they're gonna minus, of course, because there's nothing to plus here. So they're hoping for some luck here. We're hoping that they don't get very lucky. All right, that's definitely not good enough. All right, let's play this. Let's go here. Let's go here. Actually, we don't need to pay the damage here. Scrap Gorger wasn't going to be able to do much anyways. All right, let's get the depopulate out of play. They double up my power, which puts me at, you know, getting him to 1 here. I mean, we win the game next turn though if they can't sweep the board. Yeah, I'm gonna go here. That Elspeth is just, it's just a distraction. It's just a distraction. Starting to wish I did the math on that before I attacked, because paying damage to get this down actually would have helped us, because I forgot this was gonna get the 1/1 counter from the Defiler, and that's the thing, is that okay, so they're gonna -4. They're gonna keep me with the Scrap Gorger. Everything else goes. But it's fine though, because we still have the ability here to get through with the weakest -4 you've ever seen. I mean, it works, right? It works. All right, that'll work. I don't like the way I actually played that. I could have closed out the game the turn prior if I had been a little bit smarter and counted up the damage before that combat. I did count it up, but I didn't actually include that the Dominus would trigger the Defiler to give this a 1/1 counter. So yeah, that's tough. That's tough. That'll conclude today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You know, typically I don't play a lot of aggro, so this was pretty interesting for me to play. I actually really enjoyed it a lot because we got to try some new cards, you know, things like Luca, You know, the Dominus was really cool. It's kind of like an unnatural growth, but in creature form with reach, which is pretty silly. Very powerful card, and I'd honestly probably cut a few Titan of Industries to throw that a couple more of those in here. But an absolute blast playing some aggro today, which is pretty unusual for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We'll be back again tomorrow for another one, of course. But before I get out of here, huge shout out if you made it this far into the video. It helps out so much more than you might think. So thanks for sticking around and sticking with me. And huge shout out as always to the Mardu Mob. If you guys don't know, the Mardu Mob is the membership program here on the channel. So if you guys want, you can hit that join button down below. It'll tell you a little bit more about it. But these people who are part of the Mardu Mob help support me and my channel through their monetarily you know, monthly memberships. So thank you so much for that. I just want to say and let you guys know I do appreciate you for doing so. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for supporting the dream. And I really do appreciate it a lot. With that being said, though, we'll see you hopefully back here tomorrow for another video. Until next time, peace out.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the Mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man, man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.